Hi, I'm back. I'm Jill with Copycat Crafts by Jill, and I'm here with project number 2 that is going to be fast, easy, beginner friendly, yet amazing. It really is amazing. It's like a magic trick. I did not come up with this. It is a 5 pockets from 1 sheet of paper. I have several sheets of paper because I want to do a couple of them. My paper is 8.5 by 11, but then it had a border around it, and I had trimmed off the border. So now it's probably a little under 11. Yep. It's a little under 10.5 actually, and it is 7 3/4. Give or take. That's just this piece though. I have other sizes, and you'll find that give or take the size isn't, you work with what you have. The bigger the paper, the bigger this whole piece will be. Smaller the paper, the smaller this will be. But this is it. 5 pockets. Let's see what we got. We have our first pocket down here. We have our second pocket here. We have our third pocket. Over here, we have 1 pocket. And over here, we have another pocket. So with 5 pockets, 1 sheet of paper, this is actually super easy to do, and you'll see it's actually really fun. Once you make one, you're going to want to make a whole bunch of them. You can sit and literally make a whole bunch of them and have a good time. So these are really nice. I do have another video where I did make these, but I'm not going to send you looking for that. We're just going to redo it because I have new paper, and these are papers I want to use up from projects I have not done, that I finished and didn't use these. So I want to use them, and thought this would be fun to add into this smaller project type series that I'm doing. Not series. This is kind of what it looks like as far as scoring, and I inked all the lines that you could see what one paper will end up having. So that's what we're shooting for. So let me grab one of the bigger ones. Doesn't matter which one. Whatever paper you pick, whether it's scrapbook paper, it really should have design on both sides. Not that you're going to see too much of it on one side, but it's still, you will see it. So it should be double-sided. So all my pieces here are double-sided. Alright, let's get them out of the way. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you know you can use your ruler and the scoring tool, or a bone folder, anything like that. Okay, so you can decide. This was just let's see, is there, again, I'm truly not gonna worry myself over really too much. Just not gonna happen. I just want to decide if I want to see more of this or more of the other side. And once I score, then this gets folded in. So I think I want to see the other side. So let's see if I do this correctly. Just trying to think, if I score it on this side, this gets folded over. So let's try that. Either way, it will be cool. So I always work left to right. So from your left side of your paper, you want to make your first score at 3 1/4. So for me, it's 1, 2, 3. and a quarter. That is where I want my first score mark. So there it is, my first score mark. Then you want to turn your paper. Pick any number, because now I'm gonna count this way in because it's easier. So just line this side of your paper up with any number, it doesn't matter. And then we want to score at 2 3/4. So 1, 2, and 3/4. Now we score. I have to remember to be gentle because I'm not working with cardstock. Okay, so now we have our score mark here and our score mark here. So now I turn my board because I want this straight edge. I'm going to fold this side in. I actually did my my scoring on the wrong. Well, I didn't do it on the wrong side. I just didn't follow the rule of hills and valleys or whatever it is. And I didn't score deep because I didn't want to go right through my paper, which can happen very easy because I am a little heavy-handed. So okay, I think I got that finally. Okay. All right. Now, this is the reason I wanted the edge here, is because then, I want to go this way because I want to see this side. Okay, now you take this and you fold it over to meet that side. Okay. So now you want to check on the inside to make sure that this piece wasn't too long, and now it's going to curl up. And of course, you can see I'm actually pretty far away from so that's more what you want. It doesn't matter how close or far, as long as it's not over the score that it curls. You don't want it to curl. Okay? No curling. Okay, now just want to do my bottom. But I think my bottom, yes, here's my bottom. Okay, I couldn't figure out where my bottom was. My paper's a little busy without inking it. It's easy to lose. Okay, so now you want to fold this in. Fold that in. Make sure everything is lining up. Yep, we don't want anything. We don't want this page sticking out over here, which is why I used the stop. Okay, now maybe I'll ink so that you can see. Whoop. So I'll just give it a quick ink. We don't need the scoreboard anymore, so I think I'll get rid of that and bring in my inking mat. Okay, inking mat. I'm going to give this a quick little ink. You don't have to ink as much as I am, but I just want you to be able to really see the score lines here so that it makes sense. Because when I pick busy paper, it is hard to really see, especially if I'm flipping and turning the paper around a lot. And I'm going to go through this again with another piece, so don't worry. Okay, so now you can see the score marks. If you wanted, you could do it well this way. Doesn't matter. But I like the blue, so it's upside down, but I don't care. We're going to go this way and this way. So now we have to fold here. And that's why I inked, because you have to be able to see that you have to fold this part before your score line or before your fold. If you get too close, this piece will curl, and then you have to trim it. So it's not the end of the world, but it does cause another step. And the same on this side. You want to get it up to the line, but just a hair away. And then because we already inked, I'm going to ink again. Because we are going to actually glue this one, so might as well ink everywhere I need to ink. If you don't ink, you might as well fast forward so you're not bored. And if you do ink, then you might as well be inking while I'm inking. Alright, that side, this side. Okay, so now we're going to cut this thin score line right out. We're just going to cut to one side of that score line, very close, but only up to this little intersection here. We are not going to go past that intersection. Now we're going to cut on the other side of this score line. I hope you can see this is the little piece. We just cut out of there. Okay. Then we're going to do the same on this one. So we're going to cut on one side of the score line only to the intersection. Then we're going to cut on the other side. Just cut out a hair thickness. Oh, that one's a little thicker, but we will make it work. And I've learned not to pull. I still pull sometimes, but I'm not supposed to. Okay, so now this is what we have. Two pieces. This folds in. This folds in. Make sure I fold it correctly. Folds like that. Then this piece folds up. Now, this piece, if you want to make it a little sturdier, which is what I did fold it under a little bit, like this. You can pick where. I did that to add some sturdiness to it. So it will go like that. Then you flip it. This one comes up. You can leave it as high as you want, because this comes over, and you see this here is your pocket. So it's not supposed to come all the way to the edge. It can, but then you don't notice it's a pocket as much. And if you want it to be a shorter pocket, you can fold this one in as well, so that it's a slightly more wider pocket, which I think I'm going to do. but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's do this one first. Okay, so let's unfold it. Totally unfold it. Okay, piece of paper. I might want to trim this. It shouldn't be hitting, but it's not. I don't know why. Look, it's pretty far away. Anyway, oh, I know. We want to glue these down, so let's just glue those down. So we want to glue these whole flaps down, so let's push that down. And there we go. Same with this side. Glue this all the way down. You can use double-sided tape for this if you'd rather. I'm not very good with double-sided tape, so okay. Now for this one, you want to fold this one in first. You only want to glue the bottom. So we're just going to glue the very bottom. Okay. There it is. For this side, you want to glue this whole side and across the bottom. So we're going to go across the bottom and then down here. I'm going to fold that over. Now, because I wanted this folded in for extra strength, I'm going to glue that down as well. And again, if any of this seemed confusing, don't worry, we're going to go through it again. Okay. Then because this is going to be your pocket, you only want to glue the two sides. Let me fold that out of the way. So we're just going to glue right along the very edge. On both sides, right along the very edge. Okay. Put that down. Now, because I do want a little bit of space here, I am going to just fold this back a little bit. Not as much as the other one, but I am going to fold it. That look crooked. Why, Jill, it can't be crooked. Oh, I guess it is what it is. I'm sure it's not me. I'm sure it's the paper. Alright, we're just going to glue this down. That gives that little pocket a little extra strength, a little more support. Okay, now this is going to be our pocket, so we just again are going to glue on this side. So we're going to glue here. Here, push that up. If any of the pieces are sticking, we're gonna trim that. Don't worry. I could have probably pulled that in a little, fudged that in a little. I just didn't, so we'll just glue that. I mean, trim that. Will not be a biggie. And then our pocket will be here, so we're gonna glue here and here. So let's do that. There and here. I don't want to be cutting anything when the glue's wet, so we're going to set this aside to, see, like that, to dry. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's set this one aside so it can dry, and I'll get out. Let's get the smaller piece of paper. This one is the same length, but it is shorter, so I may want to cut back on the one measurement. Just put my, close up my ink. Let's get out the scoring board. I always have to get the big one out because my paper is just a bit too long for my tiny one. Okay, so which one do I want to see? Which way do I want, what do I want to see? This will get folded up. Okay, that will get folded up. Alright, we're going to do it. We are going to do it this way. Okay, so again, I always start my measurement from this side, and on the left side of your paper, you want your first score to be 3 1/4. So 1, 2, 3 1/4. There's my score. I'll try to do it a little bit deeper without breaking. Now we want to flip, just turn our paper. This is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to just line it up with the 4, doesn't matter what number. And if my paper would be longer, I would do the normal 2 3/4 inch. But because this paper is so much shorter, I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to go, instead of 2 3/4, I'm going to do 1, 2, and let's try half. 2 1/2. It's going to be pretty short, my whole pocket, but 2 1/2. So you can adjust, especially this bottom part, because that just gives you how deep or not deep this pocket's going to be. This measurement is how, from this score mark up, is how long this whole thing's going to be. So you see, this is more than a half, almost 3/4 of an inch shorter. So, okay, now we have our 2 scores. So we're going to just fold on them. Okay. Now I want to turn my whole scoring board, because now that this is folded, I need that as my back stop. Then I'm going to take this side, fold it in to meet the back. Once I fold it down, I am going to check the inside, and again, you can see how far away I am from, that's how far away I am, so great. There we go. Just going to do this one more time. Alright, done with the scoreboard. Now we're going to fold our corners down. So we got to go, maybe I'll ink this quick so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. Okay, so here's our bottom. That will get folded up. So probably should have made that a little bit smaller, but it will be fine. All right, and I ended up not finishing where I was supposed to be. Inking. Okay. Okay, so we fold our first side in. There's the score line. Oh, I better do this one so that when it... How can there be so many score lines? Okay, so now we want to fold this side to the inside of that score line. You don't want to go over it. And same with this side. I'm going to fold it in, but not go over it. Okay, now we're going to fold it over and do quick inking. Okay. There we go. Good enough for now. Okay, we're going to glue these down, and then we're going to cut here and cut here. So let's glue these down first. Perfect. Glue this one down. If anything didn't line up quite right and curled when you folded it, you just trim it off, because no one sees to the inside here, because it gets totally folded like that and like that. Okay, so now we're going to trim this score line out. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Okay. And then we're going to cut on the other side of the score line, so we can cut out a very small sliver like that. Sliver. Oh, we're going to do it on this side where we cut the... Oh, going to cut the score line out. And when you fold it up to check if anything's in the way, that's the time to trim it. Okay. this one gets glued first, then this one gets folded up. Now remember, we're going to fold that in to make extra sturdy, extra reinforcements like that. And then this side, if you don't want this pocket up that high, you can actually trim this right across. I want my pocket up that high. I don't mind it. I like it. Again, let's see what part's along here. Oh, that part. Okay. Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay. So we're just gonna, if I followed the rule of hills and valleys or whatever it is with scoring, I wouldn't have the issues. All right, I'm gonna just fold this one in where I think I want it and call it a day. I'm gonna pick about there. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to glue the bottom and put it over. Don't keep getting my hair. Feel my hair on the hitting something. Okay. Put that down. Now this one we glue along the bottom and just to the fold. So that's what we're going to do. Fold that over. Then this one gets folded up like that. So we're just going to glue on this side and this side. Now again, before you glue anything, if this pocket is too high for your liking, you can cut it down. That's all you have to do is put it in your cutter and trim it, or use your scissors if you trust yourself. I don't mind mine being that tall, and this one will come over that way. I do want to make this one a little bit shorter, give this a little bit of extra reinforcement here. And I'm just never the greatest straight folder. Can't cut straight and I can't fold straight, so at least I'm consistent. Okay. Alright, so now we want to glue right along this edge and right along this edge. Flip it up. Then this will get glued this way, so we want to put glue here and here. Okay, boom, there it is. Okay, I'm going to finish inking the edges when it's all dry. Right now it's pretty damp, so I'm going to set this one aside to dry. And let's grab one more. Get one here. Yes, we have this one. Yep. Yep, so we're going to, what are we going to do? Gonna close my glue, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna get my scoreboard. This paper is much more closer to the 8.5 by 11. So we're just gonna stick with the plan. Be using the ink soon enough. Okay, we're gonna put our paper. Again, I start from left to right, and we're going to go at 3 1/4. So 1, 2, 3 1/4. Did I come off? Okay, now we're going to spin the paper, put it at any number, doesn't matter, and we are going to make our pocket at 2 1/4. 1, 2 1/4. Oh, it's actually 2 3/4. 1, 2 3/4. Okay, now I'm going to spin my whole board. Okay, I'm going to put that one, fold it on my score line, butt it up against my straight edge, fold this one over until it's hitting the straight edge, and make my fold. Then I'm going to check the inside to make sure. Yep, that one did not come over or up to the score line, so that's good. Just make sure that those are nice and crisp. Open it and fold up our okay. Okay, so we have our pamphlet pretty much. We're going to fold in our edge, so don't go over your score line. By now, even though you can't see mine, you know it's right about there, and we're just going to fold that. Again, if it should cross into that, we just trim it. Just trim it. It's not... But I try to put my nail there, because otherwise... Whoop. You know what might help? There. Aha, now I can see where the edge is. Right there. Okay. So now we have our two. Let's see if I have that one. Yep. Okay, so now we have our two edges, corners folded in. So we're going to glue them down. Okay, glue it. This one. I really like these pockets. And they can be freestanding, you know, just paper clip them into a journal or folio. You can also just use like the fabric tape or washi tape and tape them into the folio, like right at the center where you would normally turn the page, or even on the corner, on the edge, and make it a flip out, 5-page flip out, a 5-tag flip out. Okay, and this, we're going to cut up the score line. I think when I don't ink them, you can really see. Did I score? No, that I cut past the intersection. You can really see why I tend to want to ink. Okay, so we cut that one. Now we want to cut this one. Before I want to score that one down, because I don't know if that's totally straight, but I think now it's a little easier to see. At least if they're crisp, it's a tiny bit easier to see. Again, don't want to go past the intersection. Now we want to cut that out. I don't think I cut that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright, so now that gets glued only on the bottom. Okay. This one gets glued here and here. Let's do that. Glue it here and here. Then this one comes up, and I like to make it a tad shorter. Yeah, perfect. So I want to glue this flap down now. So sorry the video's a little bit longer. I just really wanted to do a couple of these just to show you. So I didn't want to just make one and run, but they really are fast and easy, and it's really useful if you have a couple pages laying around, not enough of any one theme to do some sort of project. Now you do. Now you do. Because you only need one. This one gets glued here and here and folded up. If you want your pocket less, you can trim that. I do not. So, just gonna that up. You can even notch this before you fold it up. I don't know if I want to lose the blue. Let's see. Yeah, I want a little bit of that showing, so it's kind of a shame. I liked the blue, but hard choices, ladies, hard choices are being made. Okay. Yep. So now we're just going to glue here and here. And there we have it. All right, let me grab my tags. I'm just going to use the tags that I took out of. That I took out of the one I have made. That one, which I have to finish inking. Here's the one I have done. I'm just going to grab the tags. This one I didn't even ink. Oh, look at that. You can push it all the way in or have a longer tag and let it stick out. Cool. Cool. This one. I like tilting them, I don't know why. The world. I did that a little tight there. Oh, my glue seeped. Seepage. There we go. A little bit of seepage. Push that down. Put that on this way. Cool. So as you see, they're pretty neat, pretty nifty, and that's not even decorated yet. This one I added little, put that little thing on and a little rub on, and on the back a little rub on, and I thought that way it matched the pieces that I wanted to put in. So I think it's pretty nifty what I do with my so I love these. I hope you do too. I hope you make a couple and see just how easy and fun they are, because they really are. And if you do, please find me on Instagram, tag me. I would love to see how yours come out. Okay, stay creative and hugs.